Hey, Mr. Vaughn. So I've walked this area down real well, and we're over the Parish Center here. I've walked it down real good, looked at the penetrations and also the perimeter and these blisters. We'll start with the blisters just to begin with. And this is a perfect candidate for a silicone-based fluid applied system. We can absolutely, save the life of what's already up here, make a solid membrane over the top of this roll roof mod bit material. And at the same time, we can take these blisters like you see here, go along one edge of it with a razor knife, cut all the way down the length, put material, lift it up, make sure it's dry, make sure there's no moisture, put material underneath, which is very adhesive and will hold. It's called Geico Seam Seal. Flap that down and then anchor the edge that we cut back down, and then run a 4-inch or a 3-inch fabric reinforcement, which is almost like a fiberglass type material. We put a layer of fluid applied down, embed a row of reinforcing fabric over into the fluid applied over the cut, and then put another coat of fluid applied over the top of that reinforcing fabric to ensure that the sun doesn't deteriorate it, and then you've got a smooth surface again. So this blister will be non-existent at that point. And also the fluid applied silicone base will absolutely help from any more of these blisters occurring, because this roof is so old that the granule surface is almost non-existent in places like this, and the granule's job is to sunscreen that asphalt. Once those granules leave and that asphalt is exposed, emulsification begins immediately, and deterioration process is just, it starts eroding at a very rapid pace once you start losing these granules, and that's what's causing the adhesion to be non-existent anymore and to cause these blisters. So when we coat this out with the ultra bright white silicone-based fluid applied, it's going to eliminate that from happening anymore. It's going to, essentially, you're going to have a SPF, 150,000 sunscreen on this thing is what's going to happen. And around the perimeter, what we can absolutely do is, and I do see where it's wicking up like you're saying and getting under and running back in, but what we'll do is we will this Eve metal should come back at least 4 inches. So what we can do is we can come back a couple inches on this, cut it out, get back to a solid surface, and again use the reinforcing fabric to essentially weld this material to the metal so that there's no area in here where water can intrude. So we'll eliminate that altogether and make this a solid surface so that any water, the water that's coming off of this roof, is not going to wick back up under this mod bit material. It's going to go where it's supposed to go, in the gutter. So that's how we're going to address that, and we'll do that the whole length on anywhere that we have this Eve metal. We're going to cut it back. We're going to cut this mod bit back, get it back to a solid surface that is adhered well like it should be, and then we're going to go from that surface to this surface with a row of fluid applied. Then we're going to embed fabric into that, and then we're going to coat the fabric with another layer of fluid applied to make this solid. Essentially, it'll be welded. This material will be welded and fused to this metal, and there will be no possible way water can get underneath this. And the same thing on any seams, any of these 3-foot seams or laps that may look like they are coming apart or separating, we will absolutely use the reinforcing fabric on them as well to make them back solid and to not have any separations in the future. And that will absolutely take care of this roof here. I sure hope that this video is helpful and gives you a better idea of how we're going to approach it. And just so that you know, first thing we'll do when we get here is we'll pressure wash this entire roof, clean it thoroughly, get rid of all this algae that's growing on here, get it to as clean a surface as we can. Put down primer, and the primer's job is to block the asphalt, the acidity from the asphalt from coming up through the white and turning it orange or yellow. On a roof this old, it's really not necessary because this is so baked out from the sun that there's not a lot of acid left in the asphalt. It's almost like charcoal. It's burnt out. So, but we're still going to go ahead and do that because it does help with adhesion on the silicone. We're going to wash it, we're going to prime it, and we're going to do all our detail work, cut out these perimeters, make them solid to the gutter, or to the eave metal, excuse me, and cut out all the blisters, lay them flat, seam them out, that way they're sealed. And then we will go on with coating the whole thing out and painting this thing bright white. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of what's going to go on up here, and I sure thank you for your time.